Hello, I'm Jerry Fort, the beer review guy. Got a BEATBOX. This is one of two I've been trying to find an opportunity to review. This one here is the cherry limeade, which is a different flavor from what I have reviewed. But the other one I think is like a fruit punch, but it's in a different kind of container, like a different artwork type of a thing. It's been a few months since I reviewed that one, so it's not really going to be. It'll kind of be like a real soon revisit. I don't know how to word it, but so yeah, this says $4.99 on there. Or $3.99. I don't remember paying $4 for this, but I might have. 16.9 fluid ounce container. These are 11.1% ABV. The date on here says, where'd it go? Born 10/8 of 24. So it's been a year, I guess, something like that, close to it. Oh man, it's nice out here, really nice. Contains alcohol, world's tastiest party punch. Best served chilled. Whoa, about lost it. Product of Mexico. Calories 100. Calories 100. Carbohydrates 4 gram. Protein. Contains sulfites. Orange wine with natural and artificial flavors and sucralose. Imported and distributed by BEATBOX Beverages LLC out of Austin, Texas. Okay, I brought out some ice. Brought up my glass I use for these a lot of times. 11.1%, I think it's gonna be all right, even though they did this a year ago. Smells okay out of the container. Cloudy. Cherry limeade. I think cherry limeades are usually, I don't know, this color, I guess. I don't know. You would assume it'd be red. There you go. It has a nice cherry limeade aroma. The cherry part is like a weak maraschino cherry kind of aroma. Not real strong, like you're smelling maraschino cherries out of the jar themselves. It's not like that. It just has a weaker aroma to it, but similar to that. Now, flavor wise, you get the cherry limeade characteristic, but yeah, the alcohol is showing through pretty well. Not strongly. It's not astringent. It doesn't have a huge astringency present. So the sweetness is not syrupy. Oh, maybe just a little bit, actually. Let me see again. Yeah, a little bit. It is a little bit syrupy, but it tastes really good. I like it. I'm glad that the astringency part is not like real huge. Sometimes those can be a little bit too much and makes you want to kind of dilute it out a little bit. This is pretty good. Yeah, I like it. Let's throw some ice cubes in there. I lost grip of it. And got a little bit of that on my handle of my tripod. I'm sure this stuff's sticky. Come on now, let go. We've been watching from the beginning the Waltons. You guys remember the Waltons? Those of you that are my age, 60, or a little older. I've been hearing people say on there, which I grew up hearing it, great day in the morning. Well, great day in the morning. Southern type expression. When you're surprised about something or irritated or something. There it is, all filled up. Ice goes well in there. It wouldn't hurt just to kind of tone down just a little bit from the sweetness. Yeah, it's good. BEATBOX Cherry Limeade. Another one from my collection up on my shelf at work. I just haven't decided whether or not I'm going to keep them all. I might just put them in the recyclable thing or something. I just don't have the shelf space for all these. They're cool, but there's other stuff I think I'd rather display than these. I'd like to get some more shelving and put up, but I just haven't had the time to mess with that kind of stuff. Once I get them made, then I gotta have the assistance of the carpenter to put them up there. But I just don't know if I want to take up shelf space for all those. My office ain't that big, so it's going to be a little difficult to fit a lot of stuff like that in there. But man, coming home today, I'm getting behind so many people that are just like driving under the speed limit, just what I call piddle farting along. And I'm like, come on, let's get through this. You know, these stoplights, they don't last too long. You know, you got only a certain amount of time to get through them. So just getting behind every slow person that there is. And I'm not riding their butt, you know, but I'm getting my butt rode because I'm giving them space and I'm just kind of staying back behind them, you know. And so I go on around them and get trucking on through. You know, you can go 5 miles over the speed limit. Isn't that about right? It's 45 miles an hour down through there. So trucking about 50. But I'm going along, making good time. All of a sudden, why has everybody stopped? Oh no. Lights out. They're working on the stoplight. And it's at one of the most busiest intersections that there is. I mean, you got 4 turn lanes, you know, coming from each direction. Traffic coming from both ways. Nobody knows whose turn it is. It's just mass chaos at those lights. You know, do you guys remember back in the day when that would happen, they would get a police officer out there to direct traffic? I mean, he would make, have this bunch come, have this bunch go, everybody else stop, have this bunch come, they go on through, okay, then stop, and then have this bunch come, and they go through, right? They keep on coming, and then, okay, that's enough, stop, you know, something like that, right? For the next direction, let them get on through. I mean, you might almost need two police officers right there directing traffic for a big old busy four-way. Now go on now. Did I give you the indication that I wanted you to come over here and pester me? So anyway, it's like there used to be a traffic cop. I'm gonna knock him out. Pow! There used to be traffic cops that would direct traffic in that situation, because you get people irritated because, oh, that was my turn, and people are impatient and they go ahead and go, right? So it's like, I'm sitting there, I stopped, I'm waiting. Come on, somebody, go. I mean, it's somebody's turn. Every side is stopped, nobody's going. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and go. So then as I finally go, I start going, then this side lets out and they start coming. I'm like, I floor it to get through, but I'm like, well, somebody's gotta go. Nobody knows whose turn it is, so I'm gonna go. Gosh. I hate it when I see a light out. The lights are bad enough as it is. There's very few of them that have the timing set perfect, that it's fair for everybody. And you got some that are just like, if you get stopped by them, you're there forever, You're thinking, it's gotta be my turn. What is going on? And then it turns green. Now after it gets to the point where you start questioning, is this thing working or what? I've had a couple lights that I sat there. I was in a turn lane, and I got up there, and they already let out. I was the first one up there, in line, ready to go. The light for everybody, let everybody go, and the other side let their turn lane people go. And then I'm thinking, okay, should be my turn coming up. And then I'm like waiting there. I'm like, and then everybody else was going. I'm like, didn't we already do this? We've already done this. Where is my arrow? And then it lets that side go. Oh no, no, we're not gonna do this. So evidently my arrow was broke. It was out or something. So when I got my opportunity, I went ahead and drove on through it. How long am I going to be sitting here? I got people behind me that are getting PO'd. They're back there. They want to go, and they don't understand what's going on either. They're expecting me to go ahead and go. That's what they're wanting me to do. So I have to go. I can't sit there through a broken arrow. A broken arrow? I can't sit there through a broken turn arrow. Well, we got one light that it's at a intersection where people going this way is getting on the highway. This way forward, you're gonna go up through town and start, going toward work. And that light takes so long that people actually run it. I went up to it, I stopped. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a long light. This is that light that takes forever. Well, evidently, this pickup, he said he knows this light, and he doesn't want to wait. So what does he do? Instead of coming up behind me, he just goes around me and goes out over around this island where you're gonna get on the highway, but comes back in. He just comes around me. He just goes and runs through the light and does that. He don't want to wait for it. And then there was for a while when I was coming to work, I had this pickup that I mean it's 4:30 in the morning, okay, 4:45, somewhere around there. But this guy, he had this truck that it was like some kind of a company truck probably, but it doesn't say anything on it. But these lights were blinking or something, and he would come up to a light, he would slow down, but it's red, and then he'd go through it. And then I ended up catching up with him, you know, and then I was watching him up ahead. Yeah, he was just running right through all the stoplights, just running right through them. Some people just don't have the patience or want to wait for those stoplights. Sometime he's going to run into somebody that has the same thought, and they're going to hit, and then sometimes it's only a matter of time. That happens. I don't like stoplights either, but it's the law. So out in the middle of nowhere, out in the desert, and there's stop signs, would you stop? You don't see anybody around. Nobody's around. You gonna just drive on through it, or you gonna stop at it and then go? Many people would say, "There's nobody around. I can't see in a car for miles. Why do I need to stop here? You know, I'm just gonna go on through it." Sure enough, you go through it, and then all of a sudden here's this cop car out buried under the sand, just waiting like a sniper, you know, come up out of the sand, you know. But this cop car is underneath the sand, right? And he's just waiting for somebody to break the law and run that stop sign. As soon as you do, comes up out of the sand, starts running you down. You're like, only in the movies, Jerry. That kind of stuff only happens in the movies. That's not, you never see something like that. This is good. As it gets watered down just a little bit, it makes it a whole lot more drinkable. Well, we've been getting a lot of rain here lately. A lot of rain. We'll get some more tomorrow. I don't know if there's any coming in tonight, but it's really brought the temperatures down. We've had that little bit of a cold front come through. It's been pretty nice outside. Work. Somebody was commenting, I'm making them drool this Tuesday or something, this Tuesday afternoon. That was something I just reviewed today. Work, yeah, it's been pretty busy. I don't know if you've heard me talking about my window seals around campus. They're right below these huge picture windows that have been leaking for years, and they've had this problem. Water would leak through, come down and get on the window seals, which is just paint and sheetrock, and just jacking them up, and just makes a mess. And we're having what they call convocation at our campus next week, and well, next Tuesday I think it is, where all the other campuses meet at our campus, and they meet and they do these little classes, and they get together and talk about what's going on. The president of the school, of the college, talks, stuff like that. And then they have a guest speaker and stuff. I don't go to those anymore. I have too many stomach issues. I can't take a chance on. I can't stand in a line to get into the bathroom. I need to have access if something should happen. So I don't go to big gatherings like that anymore. So, you know, it's what's getting old. That's what happens. I've always had stomach issues. So that's no excuse, the age thing. But anyway, let's back to the window seals. They want the big boss wants it to look nice, so he told my supervisor to hire contractors to come in and do the window seals for Jerry, because he's got a lot of other stuff going on. He doesn't have time to mess with those right now. So yeah, there's lots of areas that these guys went through, and they probably vacuumed out all the debris and then just mudded over it, skimmed over it with some mud. But it's been like that for a couple days now, and I don't know if they're gonna sand and paint or if they're just gonna leave it like that. But anyway, that was gonna be a big job of mine. I still may have to paint them, but I'm not gonna have time to get them all done before the big gathering is going to be there. So I'm almost done in this area that I've been working on. Call it the conference room, medium size. But then I don't have anything else pressing that I know of. But I'm sure my boss will find something for me. If you didn't notice already, this ended up being a chat session. You know, did I mean it to be? I was thinking about it, and I kind of decided to do it. Just make it a chat session. I should have put chat session in all of the titles somewhere, so that when you do a search, I want to watch all of Jerry's chat sessions, right? And the search chat sessions in my search on my channel. Otherwise, you're going to get everybody else's search chat sessions too. I don't know if everybody calls it chat sessions. That may just be me. I don't know. Then it would show all the chat sessions, right? Is that weird, that word, chat sessions? And then I keep saying it over and over again, chat sessions? Does it sound weirder as I keep saying it? And my chat sessions. Then you got Story Time with Jerry, right? You guys watch those? You might enjoy those. You ought to look those up and watch them. I don't know, I'm sure I got over 20 of those. I'm talking about all kinds of stuff in those things. And I have playlists. If you guys don't know that already, I do have playlists. You can watch my Story Time with Jerry. Hearing voices. You got Wayne, my brother Wayne's videos he done with me. I think I did. Like I got a playlist of Mexican candies. I got a playlist of, not all, but a lot of my hot sauces, I think. What else? Do you guys know that I got another channel? I know some of you do, because I bring it up once in a while, but it's only got like 64, 67 subscribers on it. But it was originally meant to be a kid-friendly type of a channel where I read adult and kids books. I got some videos on there. It's called Jungle Jerry's Treehouse. Check it out and see if it's something that you are interested in. I don't put anything on there anymore. It's just kind of an idle channel that just sits there. But I started off reading some what's it called? 50 scary stories from 50 different states or something like that. So of all the 50 states I read, you know, every state has their own legend, you know, that they have. So I've done all those for the adults. Some of those could scare the children. And then I done a bunch of Magic Treehouse book stories. I read a bunch of those books. My son had, Jeremy had, he's got a big collection of those books. So I brought them to work. I started reading them. You guys might enjoy those. One of those, I fell asleep on the camera. I think it's still on that channel. I don't know. Can you imagine hearing me read? And the I was out about that long. It happened right on camera. I was like, whew, man. I skipped my coffee that morning, and then reading like a somber, you know, somber melatonin voice story. Yeah, knocked me right out. I was out like a light, man. "27 minutes, almost 28 minutes. We'll probably end it here. My son's probably going to be coming home, and he's going to tell me and his mom about how his day went. That's his routine. He tells us about things that happened at work and stuff. I used to be the same way when I was younger. But so I'm going to get a bowl of snacks and get ready to hear his story. Visit with the wife a little bit more. This is the second time this happened. She come home from the store. She opens up the back of the car. She emptied the groceries out, and there's a tree frog. There's a tree frog right inside the jamb of the hatch, just sitting there. Rides with her to the store and back. That's the second time it's happened. Happened to her today. Okay. Well, I'm going to end it here. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the little chat session. Chat session, right? Chat session? Yeah. I just saw an indication my son just left work. So, all right. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And we'll see you all on the next chat session. Bye.